Hi everyone and welcome back to a new workout video on my channel. This time we're gonna do a core control workout. So why don't we just begin straight away? So just grab your mat and we'll dive right in. So we're going to start in a standing position, so just bring your feet out as wide as you feel comfortable. Just make sure that they are wider than hip width apart. And then inhale, reach your left arm above the head, and then as you exhale, bend the right knee, lean to the right, reach with your left arm. Inhale, come back up, reach the right arm above the head, and then exhale, bend the knee as you lean to the left. Inhale, as you come back up, reach the left arm above the head and breathe out as you reach. So you'll feel a stretch through the side body. So just keep moving with your breath. Try to keep the arm directly over the ear as you reach. Do one more each side. Final side. And come back up, very good. Now flex at the hip and just come all the way down to the floor into wide-legged forward fold. Just stay here for a couple of breaths. And then walk with your hands over towards the left foot. See if you can grab a hold of the foot or calf, and then just stay here for a couple of breaths. And then over to the right side. Again, see if you can grab a hold of the foot or ankle, and then just take a few deep breaths here. And then frame the right foot with your hands, and then just step the right foot back so that you come into a plank position. Make sure your spine is in neutral position. Draw the navel towards the spine, hands directly under the shoulders. Now pick up your left foot and then breathe out, draw the knee to the elbow. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. So make sure you keep the left foot off the floor. Do 3 more. Extend the leg and then lower the foot back to the floor. Flex at the hip and stretch back onto your heels. Do little pulses here with your feet. And then come back to plank again. Same thing, opposite side, so you lift your right foot off the floor. And then breathe out, knee to elbow. And inhale, extend the leg. Do 4 more. Extend the leg, lower the foot to the floor, and flex at the hip, stretch back onto your heels. Again, you can walk the legs out in downward facing dog. Try to bring the heel as close to the floor as you can. And then from here, come back to plank again. Make sure your spine is in neutral position, hands directly under the shoulders. Now we're going to do a push-up here, so you can use the knees if you want to, or stay up on your toes. And then lower yourself to the floor, keep your elbows close to your ribs, and then drop the knees. Use the knees to push back up. And then lift the knees off the floor, and then lower slow and controlled again. Drop the knees, and push back up. So just do a few more. Try to lower as slow as you can. Do 2 more. And last one. And then just sit back onto your heels and rest. Now from here, come up to your plank again. So lift the knees off the floor, make sure your spine is in neutral position. And then bring the heels over to the right. Reach your left arm up to the sky. And then place the hand back down to the floor. And bring the hands or your heels over to the left. And reach your right arm up to the sky. Back to your center. So just keep moving from side to side, slow and controlled. Now you have the option here to add a push-up as you go through center, so just lower the chest to the floor and then push back up and then come into the side plank. Last one. And then back to plank, flex at the hip and stretch back onto your heels. Now come back to plank again and then lower the chest to the floor. And then lift the chest as high as you feel comfortable, so untuck the toes. Lift the chest. Lower the shoulders down and away from the ears. And then from here, roll over the toes and come back to down facing dog. Same thing again, so come forward to plank. And then lower the chest to the floor. You can use the knees if you want to. And then lift the chest. And then back to down facing dog. Do 2 more. Last one. And then from here, just drop the knees and come down to a seated position. So you're sitting in a kneeling position, interlace your fingers behind your back, open up through the chest. Just take a few deep breaths here. And then release the hands and bring the legs out in front. Now see if you can balance on your sit bones and lift your feet off the floor. And then just place your hands just outside the knees and then rock back and come back up. Balance on your sit bones and then rock and come back up. Now, if you want to make it more challenging, see if you can extend the arms above the head as you come up to a seated position again. Or if you can extend both your arms and the legs and come into a V-sit. Do 2 more. Last one. And then just come down on your back. Now lift the heels off the floor, point the toes, keep your toes on the mat. And then as you inhale, lift the hip and draw the knees to your nose. And then exhale as you lower down. Inhale, knees to nose. Exhale, lower slow and controlled. Now, if you want to make it more challenging, as you exhale, extend the legs out long parallel with the floor, and then inhale, knees to nose. Exhale, extend the legs, and inhale, knees to nose. Do 5 more. And then just bring the knees to your chest, wrap the arms around the knees, and just rest. Now bring your arms down by your side, extend the legs, and then alternate right and left leg over and under. So you do little scissor kicks. Now to make it more challenging, just lower the feet closer to the floor. So find your limit, so you want to make sure you keep your spine in neutral position, but it should still be challenging. Or you could also lower the feet closer to the floor each time, and then slowly come back up the same way. And then same thing again, lower the feet to the floor and come back up. Do 2 more of these. And 1 more. And then bring the knees to your chest. Again, you can wrap your arms around the knees. Maybe rock from side or just stay completely still. Very good. Lower the arms down by your side, extend the legs. And then breathe out, lower the feet to the floor. Inhale, lift back up. So try to keep the legs straight. And again, make sure you keep your spine in neutral position. So if you find that you arch your back as you lower the legs, just don't go quite as close to the floor. Just make sure you find your level. Do 4 more. Last one. And then come back up. Again, bring the knees to your chest. Just grab a hold of the knees. Again, you can rock side to side or just stay completely still. Take a few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, extend the legs out long again. Flex the feet, point the toes towards you. And then reach your arms out in front, palms together. And then breathe out, lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Reach for your toes. Inhale as you lower back to the floor. Exhale, lift. And inhale as you lower. Try to keep the legs straight. Now, if you want to, inhale, lower back to the floor, and then exhale, lower the legs to the floor. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lift the shoulder blades. Inhale, lower the head back to the floor. Exhale, lower the legs. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, lift the head. Inhale, lower back to the floor. So just do a few more, move with your breath. We'll do 2 more. Last one coming up. And then bring the knees to your chest again and rest. Now from here, we'll come up to a seated position. So keep your left foot on the floor, place your hands behind you, and then lift the hips so that you can place your right calf on top of your left thigh. Lower the hips back to the floor. So you should feel a stretch in your right hip. Now if you want to get a deep stretch, just move the hands closer or move the foot in closer. Try to lift the chest and push the chest forward closer to the legs. Just take a few deep breaths here. Take one more deep breath and then just lift the hip off the floor. Bring the right foot back to the floor. Same thing, opposite side. So place your left calf on your right thigh. Lower the hips back to the floor. Again, you can adjust if you need to or if you want to get a deeper stretch. So just move your hands or the foot in closer. Try to push the chest forward, lift the chest. And just take a few deep breaths here. And then lift the hip off the floor again. Lower the foot back to the floor. And then from here, just come over onto your knees and sit back onto your heels. Just take a few deep breaths here. And then from here, tuck the toes under, lift up to downward facing dog. Now take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, come forward to plank. Inhale, flex at the hip, back to downward facing dog. Exhale to plank. Inhale to downward facing dog. So just keep moving with your breath. Now, if you want to make it more challenging, lift your left foot off the floor. So lift the leg as high as you can, and then come forward to plank. So you keep that leg lifted, and then flex at the hip, lift the foot as high as you can, and then forward to plank. Do 2 more on this side. Flex at the hip, lift the leg as high as you can, and then just lower the left foot back to the floor. Same thing, opposite side, so lift your right leg as high as you can, and then come forward to plank. Keep the leg off the floor, and then flex at the hip, lift the leg as high as you can. Do 2 more. Last one. So flex at the hip, lift the leg as high as you can, and then just lower the right foot back to the floor, so you're back to downward facing dog. Do little pauses with the feet, and then just walk with your hands towards your feet. stay here for 2 deep breaths. And then slowly begin to uncurl the spine. Stacking one vertebrae at a time, head being the last to come up, stand up tall at the top. Roll back the shoulders, interlace your fingers behind your back, extend the arms, open up through the chest, take a deep breath in. And breathe out, take 2 more deep breaths here, just opening up through the chest, lift the hands a little higher to get a deeper stretch. Take 1 more deep breath here. And then next time you breathe out, just release the hands. And we are done. All right, that is it for this workout video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again in my next video.